Well, here we are live. Troy Francis, Tiffany Fox, ready to discuss why men need sexual confidence to stand out in the current dating marketplace. But anyway, Tiffany, how are you? Because you've been through it recently, haven't you? That's a run up.
Yeah, I have COVID. Happy holidays.
Oh, Jesus. You've actually got You've actually got the. Well, we probably shouldn't mention it, should we? You've got the beer bug now.
Yeah, no, this is like the 6th time I've had COVID.
I mean, that's bad luck, man. I don't even think I've had it once, or at least I probably had it, but I haven't actually tested positive for it. So I don't know. Must be my superior genes. But I mean, are you over the worst of it now, or how are you feeling now?
I think I'm over the worst of it. I mean, I still feel like a trash bag, but I think Thanksgiving was like the worst of the COVID. Like it was horrible. I actually was like feeling dizzy. I couldn't walk. Like I literally the last like 3-4 days that I've like taken a shower, I've had to sit on the bathtub floor so I can actually like wash myself without feeling dizzy. Like I got it really bad.
Jesus Christ.
I got it from a lady that died. Like it's so fucked up how I got it.
I mean, it's a pretty grim story, really. Shouldn't even be laughing, really. So, guys, if you've got any questions for either of us, put them into the chat. We're going to be talking about sex. We're going to be talking about dating. We're going to be talking about all of that good stuff, really. Obviously, this is in the run-up to our course, Magnetic Sexual Confidence, which is on pre-sale at the moment. You can still get it for the Black Friday price of just $197. It's going to go
a lot of people that signed up, too.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that have signed up, man. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to open up the Telegram group, I think, next week. So we're going to get people into the Telegram group next week. We're going to then let people get into the course itself, which is where all the videos are. And we've actually got there's 18 videos. There's a lot of content here. There's like 18 videos, and there's over 3 hours worth of content of basically us talking about sex and dating and how to get.
It's kind of fun too because it's like we went from like outside of the hotel that you were like staying in Brooklyn. Yeah. We shot some outside, and then we like went up to the bedroom, and we were in South Florida, and we shot the stuff inside the bedroom. And then New York, I just decided to be half naked and just say, you know,
fuck it. Yeah. So you got this sort of like journey of Tiff's nudity, basically. But I was just editing them this afternoon, actually. Some of they look good, actually. Some of the New York ones look pretty good. So yeah, we started off, we've got the original, we started in Miami. Then we did some more in Miami, but we had to go inside because it was getting too dark and too noisy outside. And then we've got some additional ones we shot in New York. So there's 3 hours worth of content, basically really delving into sex. And I guess sex from the female point of view as well, because obviously you're, half the course. You're bringing this very important element of what do women actually fucking want.
I think so. I mean, like with you doing the dating, I know nothing about dating. My dating life is like absolute shit. But when it comes to my sex life, though, that's a complete different story. Like, I mean, I've been seduced a bunch of times, so I can give the keys to seducing a woman.
So there's a whole load of there's a whole load of really good content in there, which is basically going to help you because it's not just about what do I do in the bedroom. I mean, there is a lot about that, of course, but there's also, okay, how do I get her in the bedroom in the first place? So there's just a shitload of stuff here that's going to be very valuable. If you've got any questions, if there's anything you want to ask us about these topics, just put them into the chat and we'll get to it as we go through the stream. But I mean, what I called this one was why do men need sexual confidence to stand out in dating? I mean, what do women screen for these days, do you think? I mean, because people think it's all about looks or it's about money or these things. But I mean, what is it that women are actually looking for?
Well, I mean, the sad thing is, I mean, a lot of women are looking for looks and looking for money. But those are that's why you need to go out and meet women in like real life, versus doing these dating apps, because it's just like, you'll go on these dating apps and stuff and you'll try to find all these women and everything. And it's like, with the whole transitioning thing going on too, I think it's better for fellas to go like meet women in real life so they don't, take someone they don't expect that got both parts on a date.
Well, in case it's a bit extra, you know.
I've had that happen to some friends, dude. Like they match with some like really pretty lady on Tinder and stuff, and like turns out dude's a lady.
There you go. There's a lot of you know, you got to be careful out there, guys. You got to be careful. You don't know what you're getting, and that's the beauty actually of approaching in real life.
You gotta go in real life. You gotta showcase your sense of humor. You gotta showcase your charm to women. You know, like I mean, I'm guilty of going back with like 5s and 6s over the 9s and 10s just because of the personality.
Right. Okay. So there is hope then. There is hope.
There is hope. I mean,
there's hope. If the guy thinks that he's not, you know, he's not up to that, you know, that male model standard. But, you know, listen, if you can overcome a lot with personality. Guys think that's a cope though, don't they? Guys online are like, oh yeah, that's just a cope. It's all about looks, blah, blah, blah.
I mean, you know what though? I mean, if people are that insecure about their looks, I recommend getting your diet right. I recommend going to the gym. You know, the hamsters like to run on a little exercise wheel and stuff. You get yourself on a little exercise wheel like the hamsters. Cardio is very important.
Well, I think one thing that guys can do, I think, is to reduce their body mass index, right? Because the more lean you are, actually, the better you look, and the better you look in the body, but also in the face as well. I think.
I mean, I think it's for women too. I mean, going into the gym, period, no matter what gender you are and stuff. 'Cause I know there's women that watch our content and stuff. It's all about going to the gym, you know, get your BMI under control. Most women do not want a dude with a high BMI.
Yeah.
You know,
but it just facially makes you look better, doesn't it? Because if your face is kind of a bit fat and you're like a bit like, you know, your facial features don't look as sharp, you don't have that raw sort of edge to you, and that's not going to put you in the best possible light, is it?
Well, yeah, that, and then it's like also the steam room too is great. Like I'm actually getting my ass back to the gym when like, you know, I recover from this COVID shit and stuff, because it's like I personally want to get my butt bigger to compete with these Miami bitches, but
I don't know about that though, really. I'm not sure about this whole BBL kind of Miami bollocks, really.
I will never get a BBL personally, but like getting tits, probably, because I want something that's mine that the internet hasn't seen.
Yeah, but you want to get a boob job?
Yeah, I want these.
Really?
I want these. Yeah.
Is that really necessary though? I mean,
I want something for me that I can see with my own eyes that not everybody has seen on the internet. I want something.
Okay. No, fair enough. Okay. Well, there you go. Well, you know, I mean, whatever you want to do, but yeah, the whole massive booty kind of thing. For me personally, I'm not really a big fan of that, but that's just me. I mean, I'm not. You know, I know a lot of dudes are, so obviously it's each to their own, right? But
I just want them a little bigger, because it's like, you know, when you hit your 30s and stuff, because of gravity, they start to go down a little bit.
Right.
It's something to perk them up. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think dudes too should invest in their vanity as well. I think that's like really important. Invest in your wardrobe too. Like the way you dress. Like I actually was like writing something, and it's like the way you dress is the first thing that attracts a woman. The second thing that attracts a woman is like, you know, do you take care of yourself? Like, do you work out? Because women really are attracted to men that take care of themselves.
Right. Okay. But in what sense? I mean, do they have to be really big, or is it more about being lean, or is it just being fit generally?
I mean, it's just being fit and you know, general and stuff. Like, you know, I've been with guys that like don't really have like, you know,
yeah,
that whole thing going on. Excuse me. But it's like, you know, they take care of themselves. They're not fat. They have a skincare routine. You know, I mean, a lot of people think men having a skincare routine is gay. I don't think it's gay. I think that's something y'all made up for yourselves, calling it gay, because it's like to women, that's not gay at all. That's called self-love, and women are attracted to that.
Well, yeah, I think you've got to do something. I mean, I've used moisturizer for a long time, and I now actually use this like vitamin A cream thing that actually I get prescribed, which is like this mega, and it's supposed to be this like fountain of youth, like vitamin.
I remember you showing me that shit. You're like, yeah. This shit's great.
Yeah, it's quite expensive. It's like £100. It's like £100 for that tube, but you know, I don't know, man. I mean, that's pretty good. Before that, I used to use Kiehl's. You know Kiehl's?
Yeah, I do.
So I used to use the Kiehl's stuff. I don't really bother so much now, because I think with that stuff, and then I'll just use some basic like, like cheaper moisturizer. I think that's fine.
I think firming cream too, like after you hit 30, 40, I think firming cream is actually really great. There's a day cream, there's a night cream. I mean, I haven't really been using it myself because I haven't really been feeling good. So it's like my skincare routine went to shit over the last week.
Well,
But
I think it's just it's like overall, what do you do, isn't it? I guess if you take some days off or something, that's not the end of the world. It's more like overall, are you looking after yourself or not, which is the key thing, I think. But I mean, what about this idea about sexual confidence? Like a guy who kind of gives this impression that he knows what he's doing in the bedroom. I mean, have you seen examples of that? Do you think that that's something that women can tell?
well, I mean, it has a lot to do with it. I think it's like, what you tell a woman. I don't know. I mean, I've kind of been advertising our shit in like funny way and stuff. Like, what was it yesterday? I said the best way to get a woman in a bed is tell her that she's a high value woman.
Why did you say that?
Huh?
Do you think that's true? Why did you say that?
It worked on me.
But you are a high value woman.
Stop lying to me, Troy.
The value is, defined in many different ways. So, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of things you can do, but I think women want guys who are experienced, don't they? Right? Unfortunately, I mean, would you date a dude who was a virgin?
No, I wouldn't. Like, because one, they'll have too many attachment issues to me real quick because I took their virginity, and I know what I'm doing in bed. So it's like, I would never date a guy that's a virgin. I'll never sleep with a guy that's a virgin because then I wouldn't be able to get them to go.
But is it just about that, or is it the
no? Like, what? I think guys need to do like multiple things. Like, okay, you know what? You want to last long in bed? Okay, well, you got to go to the gym and work on your cardio. And I really think like when a guy smells good, dresses good, that's like a sign of confidence. But I also think it's how you talk to women too, like what you say to women, because you don't want to come off like super creepy, but a lot of what men say and how they speak to me, that is like one major thing that gets me to go back to the bedroom. Because if they can't conversate and they're very flat, like I don't think that would really work out too well.
But what kinds of things should they be talking about? Or is it more not specific? It's more individual.
It's not really specific, but I mean, I would say genuinely, and genuinely, you want to talk to the woman. Women love talking about themselves. Even if you don't give a shit about the broad, pretend like you do.
Well, that's good advice.
Narcissistic advice. Oh my God.
That's good advice. That's very good advice. Yeah, just
pretend like if you want the poom poom, you have to pretend like you're into her.
Well, it's a good point actually, because I get guys asking all the time. I mean, there's a guy who was asking me the other day, saying like, "Oh, I'm trying to talk to these girls in the club, and they've got nothing to talk about. They're really dumb. They've just got to give you one-word answers and stuff." And I'm like, "Well, so what is the answer to that?" I think ultimately it's kind of the guy's job to bring something out of the girl, isn't it?
You have to, because a lot of women are really closed off. I mean, I don't know, as women get older, we're pretty damaged. So it's like, oh yeah, this. Stop laughing at me. You're such a dick.
It's a funny way of saying it, that's all. But I mean, but like he was saying, like, oh, I go to the club and I meet these girls, and she's like works in a nail salon or something, and she hasn't got anything interesting to say, blah blah blah. What do I do? And it's like, well, it's kind of your job to make the conversation seem interesting. Like, you've got to bring that creativity, because otherwise she's going to associate a boring conversation with you.
Ask her what type of nails you do. How are her clients like? Do you deal with any rude people? What's the funniest experience you've had? Like, make it about her job.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What's the craziest person you've had? Have you ever had anyone with bad personal hygiene? I mean, there's loads of directions you could take it in, and it's ultimately you've got to be the one who's responsible as the guy for making the conversation seem interesting. You're not going to be able to do it with every woman, because not every woman's going to be open to that with you. There are going to be women who are just like, I'm not into this guy. And so whatever you say, she's going to kind of shut it down. But
you know, it's funny. That was the night that I was waiting for you, and I was hanging out with Icy. This guy would not stop coming up to me.
Yeah.
And he's like, I think you're really beautiful. I'm like, thank you. So do millions of people on the internet too. And he's like, can I get your number? And I'm just like, no. Can I get your social media? No.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah.
And it's like he wouldn't go away until I threatened to like I literally had to untie my shoe, like those heels that I was wearing that night. The ones that actually broke at Shake Shack.
Yeah.
But it's like I was wearing those heels, and it's just like I'm just like untying it, and I'm like, you want this motherfucker? Like he would not leave.
Do you know who that is?
Oh, I love Lutzy.
Who's that?
I met her through Icy. She lives up in Canada. I told her I wanted to make her a mod of my YouTube channel. She's like, just pay me in maple syrup. I mean, she's a shit. She named her cat Dime Bag. That shit's great. I love her.
But yeah, so there are some dudes. What basically, if the woman's not interested, she's not open to you. Then basically, whatever you say, she's just going to shut it down anyway. So it doesn't really matter.
Shut it down. You gotta move on to the next one. If she shuts it down, like
yeah,
not every woman's gonna like you. Not every woman's gonna be attracted to you. So if you keep going after like 9s and 10s, and you see being rejected, then maybe you should probably lower your standards.
What, you're saying they should go dumpster diving? Basically. Like whale hunting?
I mean, come on, I was a solid 7, you know, maybe a 6, but it's just like...
they go on the beach and like they're hunting the whales, basically. That's what they need to do. No, it's like, you're right, you can lower it slightly. We're not talking about to a ridiculous level, but maybe, you know, you've just got to go for something that's a little bit more realistic, perhaps. She said, I'm a heavy, fresh and fit follower. Love the content. Yeah, bro. Well,
yeah, I love her.
Yeah. Well, you were talking about some new content that you're going to be doing, weren't you? That you've spoken to Myron about. I don't know if you want to mention that.
I'm going to be interviewing sex workers, people that have opinions about sex workers, just everything about sex workers. I'm looking for like people that are former prostitutes or current prostitutes. I'm looking for former or current pimps. I'm looking to interview strippers, active and past porn stars, people that are like directors, producers, photographers that worked with these women in the industry. And I'm going to be documenting pretty much how sex work destroys a lot of people in that industry. I'm not saying everyone. I'm not trying to Mia Khalifa the industry, but you know, porn's given me a lot of great opportunities I'm really thankful for. I met a lot of great people through that industry. Personally, to me, it's really fucking damaging. So I'm going to be doing a little web series documentary and interviewing all these people.
So you found it, I mean, because you've been talking recently, I mean, you've obviously been finding it quite difficult to transition and so on. And so
I mean, you're one of the people I've been talking to about it. So it's like, it's really difficult. And
I'm not helping either. So there you go. But
this guy's fucking terrible. But it's
no.
But it's like, you know, it's I don't really recommend it for anybody. Like, I don't recommend it. You know, I've had a good run for a couple years in it, but it's like it's a meat grinder. Once they get what they want out of you, it's like, okay, on to the next hot thing, because every single day a new bitch turns 18.
Isn't that good news, lads? I'm only joking.
You Red Bull guys tell freaking like these men to go after the generation that ate Tide Pods.
That what? Hate Tide
Pods? Gen Z, they eat Tide Pods.
Eat Tide Pods?
You don't remember that whole Tide Pod challenge thing?
No. What was that? Was that some like TikTok thing or something?
That's the people that did that shit are in their 20s now.
Yeah. Well, everyone's growing
go
up.
After them Tide Pod, girl.
Are you a millennial? Yeah, man. You see,
I'm 31.
Sorry, yeah, millennial generation is getting older. She says, "I'm interested to hear the differences between porn and OnlyFans."
Porn, well, it's porn. It's like mainstream porn, and then OnlyFans is like people that want to be a porn star that will never be one with mainstream.
Is what do you think? It's like they dipping their toe into the water, but they're not gonna. They haven't
Oh,
quite.
absolutely.
They haven't quite got the balls to like go the full hog. You know.
No, they don't have the balls. OnlyFans girls are weak.
Yeah. It says, young villain says Troy was so busy rizzing up girls to know about the Tide Pod challenge. Exactly. Well, that's probably true. Actually, I haven't even heard of the challenge. What was it? I've heard of the ice bucket challenge.
Dude, like literally Gen Z is like the generation of the stupid TikTok challenges and eating Tide Pods. Like when I go out, like I don't want anyone that came from a generation that thought about eating a Tide Pod like take care of me when I'm an elder.
Is that for what, for washing? Is that to do with? Is it Tide as in the washing powder?
Yeah, laundry detergent. Actually, you know what?
Well, you're eating washing.
Give me 1 second. I got them right over here.
Right, she's going to do the challenge.
Shut up, Troy.
We're going to do the challenge live on air. I would do it, but I don't have any Tide Pods here, so.
All right, these.
In the meantime, if anyone's got any questions, not about Tide Pods, but about sex and dating,
These are what you fucking red pill guys are telling your dudes, your fans, to go after bitches that have eaten me.
I'm not telling people to go after 19-year-olds or 18-year-olds.
Women in their 20s, the early 20s. Those are the motherfuckers that eat these.
People can go after who they want. I don't, you know, I'm not a massive age fascist. I think people can go after who they want, right? I mean,
I'm just bagging on Myron.
Yeah. OnlyFans probably pays better done well. Well, I don't know about that really. Do you reckon OnlyFans could pay better?
Fuck no. You know what? The percentage of people with OnlyFans, like the ones that make a lot of money, are people that have been established in the industry for years.
Well,
and not only that,
the
average OnlyFans income is literally a couple $100 and hits 2,000 if you're lucky, and that's in the top 1%.
Well, apparently the average monthly is about $150, and then obviously there's people who are making a shitload, but a very small number of people at the top who are making a lot of money, and then everyone else is making fuck all basically. So
yeah, no, the most I made on OnlyFans in a single month was probably $4,000, and that was with customs.
But how do you, like, presumably OnlyFans is like anything else. I mean, how are you driving people to the OnlyFans? You've got to have a big Instagram.
Reddit.
Sorry?
You got to have Reddit, Instagram, Twitter. It doesn't, like, OnlyFans doesn't give you anything to be, like, promoted or anything like that. You have to do all your own promotion.
Yeah, so it's about driving people to it. It's like with me. I mean, I've actually got a Patreon, which I don't even promote now. I do have a Patreon page, though. There's still a few people on it who are just donating money, so thank you very much to those guys. But in general, if I don't promote it, the Patreon just sits there and no one's gonna, because Patreon doesn't. There's no promotion within that. You've got to push people to it. So I guess it's the same with OnlyFans. If you're just some random girl, you know. But I suppose the way that girls who are successful do it is they build up their Instagram. They've got a massive Instagram. Maybe that then pushes people to it. But even
with that, it's still hard to push people to it.
Even then, it's probably quite a small number of guys who go from the Instagram to actually paying for the OnlyFans. It's got to be a very small percentage, hasn't it?
I reckon within like 5 or 10 years, it's going to be really taboo with porn because the war with MasterCard, and now they're trying to. MasterCard is MasterCard, Visa, MasterCard. MasterCard has like something in their terms and service that like fucks with like porn platforms like OnlyFans. OnlyFans went in a war with MasterCard. Pornhub went into war with MasterCard. So a lot of credit card companies and stuff are starting to pull out, and now they're trying to be able
to pay for like subscriptions and things with MasterCard. Yeah, damn.
No, and they're trying to implement like crypto companies and all this other stuff, and now the crypto companies are like starting to label, like the porn sites are trying to go through cryptocurrency, but even the cryptocurrency pay platforms, because porn is considered high risk, they charge more.
What, for the crypto?
Yeah, they're trying to get into crypto, but they're trying to regulate crypto now, as you see with the central bank and all this other shit.
Mate, it's just basically the Matrix is trying to govern our rights to fab. That's what it is. You know, you're not even
going to. Motherfuckers should stop watching porn and freaking meet women in real life that they
exactly.
can talk to.
That's what you need to get on our course. We need to put the link in the chat as well, which we haven't been doing.
Go from simp to pimp.
Simp to pimp, magnetic sexual confidence, open now. You can get in at the rock bottom rate of $197. It's going to go up tomorrow, basically. So I would get in now while you can.
It's going to be the cheapest. Like, we're probably going to reopen the course and all that other shit again, probably. And we're not going to do it that low. I told Troy, no fucking way. This is the only chance to be able to have.
It's very low. It's going to go up to $397 tomorrow. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
So it's going to go up to $397 anyway, which is still cheap, but it's not as cheap as $197. So you need to join now. You get basically 3 hours worth, 18 videos of us explaining all the intricacies of sex and dating and everything else, how to please her, how to pleasure her in bed, how to make her come back, how to make her begging for more. And we're going to be doing a bunch of webinars next weekend as well, which we need to announce what the schedule is going to be for that, by the way. But we'll do that like tomorrow or something. But we're going to be doing some.
Because we don't have a schedule yet.
Yes, we do. For God's sake! I thought you'd done it, woman.
Was I supposed to? My bad. I'll do it.
No, sorry. But anyway, we're going to be doing 5 live webinars basically over next weekend, where we can really go into some details about this stuff, because obviously we can't really on YouTube.
And you all can ask some questions.
Absolutely. So it's going to be good, and we're going to set the Telegram group is going to be open next week as well.
What the fuck was that? Put that shit back on. What is that?
No, it's a lamp. I just bought this lampshade. I bought this lampshade I bought this like pineapple lampshade thing. Do you like it? It looks like kind of like a sex toy, actually. Looks like a kind of golden butt plug, but it's not.
Oh my god! You know what you made me think of? You made me think of that movie Little Nicky when they shove a pineapple up Hitler's ass wearing a maid outfit.
Jesus Christ! I'm not sure I remember that one, but I wonder how. So yeah, Greg says, yeah, it's like any business. They go on Fresh and Fit and then they get signups. Well, it's true, isn't it? I mean, they'll go on Fresh and Fit, try and get signups through that, things like that.
I love Myron. Myron's good people. See, it's so funny because everyone thinks that he's so misogynistic and he's so fucking mean to women, and he's like one of the nicest people to me.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I mean, he's respectful to women, definitely in real life. I wonder how far these everyday women go just to reach that 1%. How much of their body will they give up and never reach that 1%? Well, I mean, I think it's like Greg said. It's like any other business, really. I mean, like it sounds, you've got to push the traffic. It's like with us, you know, we've got the course. We've got, you know, it's like, okay, so where do you get the traffic from? So, you know, we do shows like this. We'll put out content, blah, blah, blah. You're trying to push traffic to a certain thing. It's like that with OnlyFans, you know. The smaller your platform is, the less easy it is to get people to actually pay attention and take notice, isn't it? So, you know.
I've been telling my fans to, like, hey, instead of buying porn and all this other stuff, like, and asking girls, hey, can you web chat me? Can you do this? Bro, join the course.
Exactly. Because then you'll get access to TIFF as well. Not sexual access, but you'll get, like, well, I don't know, unless that's included. No, it's not included. You can't do recurring on crypto. That's the best money. Okay, well that's yeah, okay. Yeah, it is kind of, the whole market is kind of oversaturated. I mean, because any cute girl now can have an OnlyFans, and
no, porn itself is oversaturated because you got all these strippers that became unemployed. That became sorry, I'm getting congested again. That like became OnlyFans girls and all this other shit.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, it is what it is, really. I mean, do you think that it's damaging long term for a girl to have had an OnlyFans? I don't know, really. I mean, it's something that gets talked about a lot on these red pill shows.
I think it's damaging. I think it's hella damaging.
You think it's damaging?
Oh, fuck yeah. That's why I'm doing this whole course, because it's just like, one, if you don't find like a relationship and all this other stuff within porn people and stuff, or dating porn people, it's much harder to find it outside.
Find what?
Find someone to date. Nobody likes like literally nobody has really showed interest in me.
Well, how can that be true?
Huh?
How can that be the case?
Because I do porn. It's like, I talk to guys and like, I've approached them at a bar and it's like they do one or two things. They say, no, you're used goods and you got more mileage than a 91 Honda Civic, which fuck you. And then two, they take you on a short ride and nothing more past dinner and dick. That's literally how men have been treating me like for years. It's damaging to women. It really is, because when you hit the epiphany stage and you got all this shit, I mean, I don't want to have kids or get married, but it's just like, even with that, I'm like, hey, I don't want to reproduce. I don't like kids. I don't want kids. I don't want to get married because I want to piece the fuck out whenever I can.
Yeah.
And that's a golden nugget with men. You know what I mean? That's a huge golden nugget. But do people actually want it? No. I'm cool with being open too. Nobody wants that shit too. So it's like, for women, they don't even understand because they're all high on the money. They're all high on the attention.
Yeah.
They don't realize once they get out, it's like, no one realizes that. Like, I was one of those people where I'm just like, yeah, it's not going to be like that. Yeah. But you know what, though? It is like that. I mean, lucky for me, I have you to do this course with and stuff. So that's kind of like my saving grace with, like, using my porn skills and whatever to help men and all this other shit. But if you don't got an exit plan, you're absolutely fucked.
Well, I mean, in terms of work, I mean, there's two separate things, isn't there? There's like work and then there's relationships. I mean,
you're absolutely fucked. If you want to be a police officer, you can't do that. If you want to be like working for the fire department and stuff, you can't do that. You can't become a medical professional. You can never be a teacher. Like,
probably couldn't become president either, could you?
No, it's funny. There's I think there's someone that's like running for office in my country. I don't know who it is or what state it is. But they used to be a porn star apparently.
Well, there you go. Oh, well, there you go. Maybe.
I mean, I'll vote for them to give them the chance, but they're not gonna fucking win because it's like, the country is pretty much Christian.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough to get that through, I reckon. Do you mind if I just step away 1 second? Talk, just entertain the viewers a minute.
Yeah, go ahead. But yeah, guys, it's like porn. It's good for a short ride, and it's not only that. It's it's just, it doesn't really have you end up in a good place. Sorry, I'm like really sick, so excuse me. What is this for either party? How do I display this? Let's see. For either party, they've been saying that since 2000 over. Sorry, guys. I'm like reading your comments here. All right, let's see. The rate of men not having sex goes up, and so does the porn watching stats. Well, yeah, that's why we're doing this course, because it's like, what kind of life are you really fulfilling for yourself sitting at home watching porn of women you'll never meet? And it also causes like a huge depression with yourself. It gives you a confidence issue. So that's why it's like, I tell people, hey, stop beating off the porn. Come to our course. Get you some bitches in real life. Honda Civics are reliable and last forever. Yes, the fuck they do. Yeah, no, you're tripping about those girls being president. Are you hungover? No, I'd rather be hungover than having COVID. I have COVID. I'm not hungover. I haven't had a drink in like 2 months. This guy encouraged my sobriety. So, facts that he's a very bad influence because I miss my Bloody Marys. But no, I'm not hungover.
Not hungover, COVID.
I got COVID, bro. I got the Wuhan clap. I got the Wuhan clap.
Yeah,
chlamydia before your lungs.
Not good. Not good. So, yeah, probably porn star. Not going to probably become president. But you can. There's going to be other kinds of work that people can do. Relationships, that's a bit different because I can see how that is a problem for some people. I suppose they're like, oh, she works in porn, blah blah blah. But I don't know.
I think you attract the worst type of men too, coming from sex work. Like you're not gonna be attracting men that like you ideally want. Like if you want to get like the 9s and 10s, the 7s are above. You're not gonna get that. You got to go after them beta bucks.
Well, it depends what you're looking for, really. I think, doesn't it? I mean,
That's true. Well, soon. Thank you.
yeah, long term. If you're looking, I don't know, man. It's tricky. If you're looking for longer term, then if guys have an issue with that, obviously that's going to be a problem. But I think there's going to be some guys that won't. But maybe
No, there's no guys that won't. But I mean, like, honestly, it's like coming from my world and stuff. It's usually you have like 4 or 5 in rotation that make you happy because none of them want to settle with you.
Yeah.
So you got to keep 5 of them in rotation to keep you happy. Get affection from this one, that one, that one, that one, and then you'll be happy as a person because you fill the void. But that's the life that comes after.
Yeah. Just came to say Troy's the GOAT. Okay, bye. Thank you very much. Good to see you. Cam is becoming a social norm with OnlyFans, etc. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't know really.
A lot of girls do Cam.
Do you think so?
I know so.
Well, in Miami, but I mean, Miami's like the center.
They do Cam. They do Cam all over the world, bro.
They're not doing it in London. They're making cups of tea and
oh fucking shit. They're in London. There's a whole studio that I worked for that is in London that does Cam shit.
No one's doing it. They're drinking tea. They're doing knitting. They're like eating scones.
They drink tea everywhere, even at deportation centers. What are you talking about?
No, I'm sure they're doing. Yeah, I guess they're doing it everywhere. I don't know, man. I mean, but
I've been in your deportation center. I've been deported from your country. They have tea there too. PG tips.
Very good. Very good. Yeah. Well, I think some sort of selling sexuality for some sort of profit, I think, is becoming more mainstream than it was, definitely, and that includes like soft prostitution as well, like the sugar dating kind of thing, you know, or at least girls getting guys to sort of pay for things and stuff. I think that's becoming more.
That's really common here in Miami.
Yeah.
That is super common. Like girls here. Sorry, I just want to like do my hair off camera. Girls here, they literally don't go after you unless you got money.
Yeah.
That's how shallow Miami girls are. You won't really find love here in Miami. I mean, you might. There's some people that are fucking normal, but most of them aren't. I'm probably the most normal person you'll meet from porn.
Jesus.
They're fucked up.
Has anyone got any other questions? Anybody's got any questions about sex, dating, the course, etc., etc.? Put them in the chat. I heard the 10s don't settle with anyone. Does that mean the 10 females or the 10 males? I don't know.
I think it's both.
Probably.
Females that are 10s make money off their look, aka their hoes, and then the fucking 10 males just like want to fuck things until their dicks fall off. Makes sense.
Instagram is a soft cam dating site to some extent. Yeah, there's some truth in that. I think Instagram is kind of. I mean, there's definitely girls who are on Instagram who are kind of getting paid. You know, they're getting flown around the place. They're getting guys to help them out with financially and stuff. It is what it is. I don't think it's necessarily the worst thing in the world. I think there's always some sort of transaction with relationships, isn't there? I think.
Yeah, transactional.
Depends what you mean by transactional, really. I don't know, really. I mean, a guy's always been expected to bring some sort of resources to the table, hasn't he? I mean, that's always been the male role. So maybe
if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
Sorry?
If it don't make dollars, then it don't make sense.
Even if it's just paying for dinners or paying for tax, Ubers and things like that, like the guy's always expected to step up to the plate. So it's just like a sort of extension of that, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Not many women will foot the bill.
Exactly.
I'm cute. I buy coffee sometimes, but that's as far as I go. Or a Diet Coke.
Yeah, well, nothing wrong with Diet Coke. Even Chad and Tyrone bring good genetics to the table. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. But then I suppose that goes into there are going to be some guys that the woman's maybe just going to fuck because she just thinks he's really hot and that's it. But I mean, I don't know. That's a slightly different category, maybe. What?
I know people that fuck good looking people in case there's an accident so their babies aren't ugly. I was actually talking to my buddy about this earlier.
What, women?
Yeah, some dudes fuck women in case they have an accident and have a kid in case she doesn't want to get rid of the kid because at least the kid won't be ugly.
Wait a minute. Who's doing this? The men are fucking the women. What?
I literally have a friend and he told me, he's like, I don't fuck women unless they're good looking in case I accidentally bust a nut inside of them and they're crazy and they want to keep it. So the baby at least is not going to have a hard life and looks cute.
Oh, I see. Right. Okay. Yeah, fair enough.
That's kind of like how I am. I don't freaking fuck dudes unless they're good looking and stuff. In case the plan B don't work, in case they can't freaking suck it out of me. In times I live in fucking Florida.
Wait, is it legal there?
6 weeks, but you can't even tell that. Like that's another thing.
Right, yeah.
You got to be careful. Like when you fuck women, I recommend the condom, durable, great, birth control option. As Troy said, a vasectomy, because because it's like you might live in a state like I do where DeSantis would like chop it off at 6 weeks. But here's the thing, like I've been pregnant before and I didn't know until week 9.
Right, yeah, and then it would be illegal. It would have been illegal by then. Jesus.
Literally.
I heard this thing actually on the radio the other day. They were talking about how they're going to ban, in the UK, they're going to ban protests outside abortion clinics, like directly outside abortion clinics.
I think they should.
They should. You think that's right that they should ban?
No. I think they should because you know what? I literally had this bitch coming up to me when I was actually at the clinic. I mean, I'm more pro-life.
Yeah.
But when it comes to pro-choice, like someone trying to entrap you or like rape or anything like that, that's like really bad and nasty. Like I had this woman come up to me at 6 a.m. and she's like, "Don't do this. I'm gonna save your baby." And like they're making me feel really bad because it's like I didn't really want to do it to begin with, but I had to do it for the safety of myself.
Yeah.
And so I can like leave because I wasn't really in the right place to take care of a kid. So that's what like a lot of people do these days. They literally bring in a kid when they're not ready for it.
Yeah. Well, no, that's the point they were making because they were saying that these people are like protesting right outside the centers when the women are going in to get it done.
Yeah, no, that's fucked up. I think your country's doing right with that because it's like when I was going in, this lady's like, "Oh, adopt your baby. Don't do it." I'm like, bitch, if you're here harassing me on a Tuesday at 6 a.m, I'm definitely doing this child a favor and not giving it to you.
Yeah, so that
you gotta go to work or something.
Yeah, so no, it was interesting because you're right. It's quite intimidating. I mean, and they were saying that by that time in the process, by the time she's actually going in to get it done, the decision's kind of been made. I mean, like if you want to protest maybe earlier or something like that, whatever, raise awareness, but it's pretty unfair, I think, when women are going in to actually get the procedure done to have a lot of people.
I actually hit this lady with a club. I had a club in my car.
Really?
And I brought my friend with me.
The other thing they do apparently is they do silent prayer. So they just stand there silently praying, which in itself, and then they're saying, well, why can't we pray outside a center? But even that is quite sort of.
I think it's rude to the women though, because it's like you don't know what the women are going in there for. You don't know if they're like trapped in a domestic abusive relationship, like I was. You don't know. You don't know anything about that. I don't need your prayers. If you don't move the fuck out of my way, I'm going to make you move out of my way and I'll knock you the fuck out and step over your unconscious body. America.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty bad. So they're banning it now for a certain perimeter around the centers. So they could do it somewhere else, but they can't do it right.
I'm surprised your country did something right for the first time.
Amazing, isn't it, really? It's amazing. It's the first thing ever. Well, maybe not the first thing, but it's one of the few things. We've done many things wrong, but... letting go of the empire for a start.
Oh my god! I think that mass migration shit in your country is insane too. I remember like saying 10 years ago, like, "This is not going to end well. This is not going to end well." Everyone's like, "You're xenophobic." Look at Ireland.
Have you seen this thing in Ireland now? It's all kicking off in Ireland, isn't it?
Oh, it's wild, dude. Wild.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but I still think though these people on Twitter who are saying, "Oh yeah, there's going to be like civil unrest, there's going to be a civil war in Europe and stuff," I can't really see it because we're so disconnected. Do you know what I mean? Like when this
I
shit
don't think there's going to be a civil war, but I think there's going to be an uprising with the citizens that are sick of this shit because it's like,
but in the individual, probably, well, in the individual countries, probably. I mean, I don't know, man. We'll see. I just think everyone's very disconnected here. Like, if something's happening in France, we're not like the people here aren't like, yeah, let's do uprise with the French. We're just like, yeah, fuck them. You know.
Even that's what your whole continent's like. You all talk shit on each other, like
even Ireland to some extent, because I mean we're somewhat disconnected with the Irish. It's not like people here are like, yeah, let's rise up.
You're
with the
British.
Irish.
You hate everybody.
Yeah, we're just sitting here going, oh, okay, yeah, that's interesting. Anyway, it says Labour are going to bring in common law marriage into the UK if they get elected. That's interesting. So is it not? Is it not at the moment? Is it not common law marriage at the moment? So I guess at the moment you can live. I think you're right. Actually, I don't think it is legal common law marriage at the moment. So if you're living with a woman and you've been living together for like 7 years, you're not on the hook if you then split up and she's like, "Oh, I want some of the money." I think at the moment there's not common law marriage, but they're saying there will be.
I would move out right away, make up some fake family member you got to take care of. That way you can still have your relationship, but you get the fuck out so you're not common law married.
Yeah, but if you're in a relationship that deep with somebody, that's going to be a bit tricky to pull off, I reckon.
I'll be like, okay, bye.
Sorry?
I'll be like, okay, bye.
No, she's going to be like, oh, who is this Auntie Ethel you're talking about? Can I meet her? Blah, blah, blah. I don't know, man. That's the problem. Once you move in with the person, it becomes a lot harder to break up. Pluto moving into Aquarius. Some astrology shit here. This is some Gary the nutsack guys shit.
Oh, fuck that motherfucker. Sorry.
Revolution, uprising, I think was the last time was the French Revolution. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So right. So you think that there's some astrological kind of, basis for this. That's interesting.
I think it's
we'll see.
I think it's Revelations.
Revelations. Yeah, I mean, let's see. I just all I'm saying is I don't think Europe is united enough that people are like. I just can't imagine. I mean, maybe it will happen. Maybe I'm completely wrong. I don't know. It could happen, I suppose. I just can't really see it. Like I've never seen before. Everyone across Europe is all rising up together because, like, a lot of us all hate each other. Like, we're not bothered about we've got a funny relationship with the French. We've got a funny relationship with the Germans. We kind of like. It's not like we all love each other. We're like, yeah, solidarity.
Well, I mean, like it's like that in America. Like in Florida, we make fun of New Yorkers. We make fun of people in California. California makes fun of Florida. Be like, oh, those rednecks. And then over in Florida, we're like, hey, you communistic fucks. Like,
but the other thing is that theoretically now we've pulled out of the party anyway because of Brexit. The UK, theoretically now we've removed ourselves. Well, politically from Europe anyway, but that hasn't helped us with the immigration because apparently the immigration last year was higher than it's ever been. We've had the highest immigration figures ever in the last 12 months.
That's like America too.
Even though we did Brexit. So, I mean, they're not coming from Europe as much now, but...
Someone said, make America British again.
Exactly. That's what they need.
No.
I can get behind that for sure.
No. We'll dump your tea in the harbor again.
Oh dear. We can laugh about it now.
The Boston Tea Party will be the Miami Hobnob Party.
We can all laugh about it now, but it was pretty dicey there for a while. But you like England, don't you? You like the British, don't you?
I like England.
Yeah.
The worst decisions I made were with English people, so yeah, I love England.
Oh well, what can you do?
I had one of my friends from actually Swindon text me the other day and was like, hey mate, I'm coming down to Miami in March for Miami Music Week, and I'm just like, oh god, dude, no, like you drink so much, I can't do it.
Swindon, Jesus Christ, that's not the most glamorous place.
No, it's not. It's really not. I've been to Swindon and I'm just like, the fuck is this place?
Yeah, man. You want to stay in London, really. Although, well, actually, there are some other nice places.
I like Manchester. You know, I really liked Manchester. I really enjoyed Liverpool. And I spent some time in Leeds. Newcastle's but like...
Do you know what? I've never actually been to I quite like to go to Newcastle to see what it's like. I heard that the nightlife there is pretty ratchet. But pretty... I
like Scotland better. You might as well go up a little bit more and go to Edinburgh.
Well, Edinburgh's nice. Manchester is cool. Liverpool is all right. Some of those northern cities are pretty good. And then you've got some really pretty places like Bath is really nice. Brighton's a cool place.
I went to Bournemouth too.
Yeah, and then you got the countryside. Like my family.
I went to Plymouth.
Sorry.
And I went to Plymouth.
Oh Jesus Christ! Well, you don't want to go there.
No, I know, but I've been everywhere.
Well, my mother lives in Cornwall now. So you got like the really nice, like the coastal areas down there. Those are really cool. There's some good places, but I don't know, man. I mean, for me, it's all about London, really. London's the only game in town, really. You know.
You got some nice bridges. And the London Eye.
Yeah. Soho. Lyme Regis, somebody's saying.
Italy.
Yeah, London's good. London's fun. It's got everything you need. I don't know. Miserable weather, dark, cold, but it's got everything you need. So you can't really complain.
You open up your window every day and it's raining. Of course it's
Well, I never open the windows. That's how I get around it.
It wouldn't be put past me if you had seasonal depression because of your weather.
Probably.
Sorry.
Well, I always end up coming back here and getting seasonal depression after I go to over your side of the world, you know? Or Latin America.
Grass is always greener in America. I don't know what to tell you.
But you go from like the sunshine and the nice weather and everything, come back over here and it's just as fucking miserable, like cold. But I don't know. There is something nice about London's nice around Christmas as well. It's looking nice at the moment. All the Christmas
it's pretty on Oxford. I like Oxford Street.
Yeah, all the decorations and everything like that. It's pretty cool. So it's nice. We got some good restaurants here. We got some, there's some good stuff happening. Miami's weird as well, actually, at Christmas. It always seems weird to me because, like, we associate it with cold and snow and all that kind of stuff. And you come to Miami and it's kind of hot and there's a few Christmas lights up, but it's not. I don't know. It's not.
The palm trees look like penises.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So you don't really like Christmas much, though, do you?
I hate the holidays.
I always find it just an inconvenience, to be honest, because it always gets to this time of year and then everyone's like, oh, what do you do for Christmas, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, I don't fucking know. I'm hustling. I haven't got time to think about this shit, you know?
I don't like the holidays. Like, I usually spend them alone. I always spend them alone. That's why I don't like them. I'm always alone on the holidays.
I mean, it's a good time to take a load of Xanax, really, and just like zone out, I think.
Not gonna lie, last Christmas I smoked an ounce of weed myself.
But it wouldn't be a big deal if the problem is the culture makes such a big deal about it that it makes you feel if you are on your own, it makes you feel very isolated or like, oh God, I'm on my own. But really, it's just it doesn't really fucking matter. It's just a day, right? It shouldn't matter. But because the culture hypes it up to such a massive degree, it makes everyone feel really fucking miserable.
Yeah, and that's like another thing too. Like I think that's what really fucks with like men and like, they don't have anyone to spend on Christmas. I mean, I don't know, it's the same for women, but it's like
they call it they call it cuffing season. Have you got that expression?
What the fuck is that?
Cuffing season. It means basically like it's the season when people will try and, like, girls will try and tie a guy down, or guys will try and tie a girl down because you want to have somebody over the Christmas period, that you're with.
I never had that.
They call it cuffing season for some reason, which sounds like it's a weird BDSM thing, but it's not. It's just like...
See, cuffing with BDSM sounds a lot more fun than that. I'd rather be BDSM cuffed than tied down like that.
There is a Torture Garden Christmas party, I think, actually. Both of you natural loners, I often prefer my own space. Yeah, probably. I kind of am, but it's kind of weird, isn't it? The grass is always greener. I am in a way.
I'm introverted and extroverted. I think it's like if I vibe with people, I'm very extroverted, but for the most part, like I rather be alone. But it's like, dude, we're Pisces, though. Like Pisces, like are natural like loners. But you're February Pisces. I'm March Pisces. Like, we're both Pisces, but we're like different Pisces.
Yeah. I don't know. What's the difference?
Do you really want to know?
Well, I don't know. Is it how bad is it?
That's pretty bad.
Is it?
You got the worst side of Pisces. I got the better side.
Why? What's my side?
I'm not gonna say it's funny as fuck though. It's true though, but
She doesn't want to say. What is it, like the small penis side or something?
they usually say that they're gay.
What, Pisces? Just because you're born in February?
I'm just making fun of the people that
Oh, right, yeah. Prince Andrew. I've got the same birthday as Prince Andrew.
Really?
Which is not necessarily a good sign.
No, it's not really. And then I got the same birthday as Albert Einstein.
Well, that's better. That's if you're gonna,
We were born on Pi Day.
Yeah, Pi Day.
3.1458, and then I forgot the rest, which is weird because it's like I was actually born at like 5:30 in the morning. So my birthday is actually in the equation of pi, actually.
Well, you know what that means.
I'm perfect.
I don't know what it means. I'm not a numbers guy. I'm not the your friend Gary the numbers guy. I like this. He says, Troy's pretending he cares about zodiac signs. Win Riz.
Exactly. See, someone's already taken notes of the course. Pretend like you care, like Troy.
Yeah. Exactly. I don't really. Do you really believe in zodiacs in astrology, or just
not really? I mean, like it's kind of funny because like when I'm like scrolling and like seeing some things and it says like Pisces, blah 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 blah. I'm just like, oh my god, that's so true. And like I'll probably like repost it or some shit on Instagram because it's like I can relate to it.
Yeah.
Like I a lot of things I can that I can relate to, like personality size or like whatever I'm going through and everything. Like I don't know. I feel like astrology is like a little fucking blanket to hug you so you can feel like there's some kind of relevance going on with like, with your astrological sign. But it's like I do believe full moons are dangerous.
Well, apparently so. The chicks dig it. Girls do seem to be obsessed with like astrology and tarot and all of this kind of stuff. Really, it's kind of. I don't really know why. Why do you think women are interested in that stuff?
It's a cope.
They call it chick crack.
It is like, okay, like let's see, like you're going through a guy rejecting you. It must be my star sign. You know what I mean?
Exactly. But if you're going through a woman rejecting you, it's because you haven't enrolled on magnetic sexual confidence, because we're going to teach you all of the secrets in the course. Basically, that's why. It's not about star signs.
There's a lot of good shit in there.
It really is. Well, there's 18 modules. There's 18 video lessons pre-recorded. Goes on for over 3 hours. And then we're going to be doing a bunch of live webinars coming up very soon as well. Why does Tiffany look so much like Lisa Sparks? Who is Lisa Sparks? I don't know.
Yeah, who the fuck is Lisa Sparks?
Let's Google her.
Yeah, I want to Google her. You want to Google her and put it up, and we'll ask the fellows to compare. I'm curious. Who is Lisa Sparks?
Oh, wait a minute. She's a porn star. Jesus Christ. You don't look like her, man. If that's her. She's 47 years old, and she's, like, big. She doesn't look anything like her. What are you talking about? If that's the one he means. Who's this one?
Get your eyes checked, buddy. I don't think girls like it when guys like zodiac signs. No, we don't. We think you're gay. Zodiac signs are like more like a chick thing. You know what I mean? Like, oh my god, guys! Like it's something we used to do with sleepovers when we were like little girls.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you, as a guy, I think if you're initiating the conversation, oh my god, what star sign are you? That's probably not going to go down very well. But you can kind of tolerate the conversation. Get her to explain what she's on, what she's on about, what it means and stuff.
I mean, pretend like you're into it if you want to get in her pants. You know what I mean?
Troy's friend Nuclear Cordillo has a good book for zodiac signs. That's interesting. What, he's written the book, or he recommends a book about it? That's interesting. Actually, it'd be probably quite useful to have some knowledge of it, so that you can talk about it on the date or whatever.
What the fuck?
Anyway, guys, you need to check out the link, magneticsexualconfidence.card.co, card with 2 R's. magneticsexualconfidence.card.co. There's a bunch of information about the course on there, and you can enroll for $197, which is the rock bottom Black Friday price. And this course is just basically, it's so important, because the big thing that so many guys get wrong, firstly, is not approaching in the first place. So that's one thing. But then if you are approaching, but you're not emanating that kind of sexual magnetism when you're doing it, you're not going to get the results that you could otherwise get. And that's just the bottom line of it. You know, like there are guys who, they go out there, they approach, and they've got that twinkle in their eye, they've got that sexual confidence, and women are like, oh, okay, right. You know, this guy's got something going on. And that's a tick. And then there's other dudes who are just going up and they're like, oh, yes, you know, like having a very boring conversation. And they're not getting their end away. And you need to be in the first camp. You need to be in the first group. And this course is going to teach you how to get there.
Sorry.
It's the secret language of birthdays. That's interesting. Okay. The secret
language of birthdays. Like, I don't know, bro. When that asshole asked me about, like, when's my birthday on Pearl's show, I'm just like, the fuck do you need to know about? You freaking pooped in my shoe.
Yeah, man. I mean, you've just got this. You've got such a big issue with Mr. Gary.
I don't. You know, the thing is like, I don't hate people, but it's just like, I know you for a fact can understand why I don't like him, and it's very valid.
Well,
very valid why I don't like him.
But don't you think you should just kind of like ignore him, just put him to one side now? Because like I feel
I blocked him. I got sick of him popping up on the For You page.
Oh, okay. All right. Fine. Fair
I
enough.
just laughed when he fucked up his leg. I'm like, that's God fucking punishing you, bro. Because he said he didn't believe in God and all this other shit on Pearl's show. And then all of a sudden he's like, oh, I believe in God. And I'm just like, well, that's God punishing you because you're a piece of shit to people.
Yeah, man. Well,
you get the real Tiffany in this course too. Like, literally, you come to me and be like, "Hey, Tiff, this is what's going on, this and that." I'm like, "Well, you know, do you brush your teeth twice a day? Do you wash your underwear? Do you wear new underwear? Do you change your socks? You know, like, I'll be asking you all these questions, and I'll tell you exactly what the fuck is wrong with you and why you're not getting laid." It's great.
The second camp dudes need TRT. Is that the guys who? Yeah, well, possibly they do. And that's something that we also talk about we don't really talk about it so much in this course, but I talk about it with James in The Edge. We do talk about TRT, or at least getting your testosterone checked, all of that stuff. It's important to do that. But even then, you still need to know, you need to sort out that side of things, the hormonal side of things, but you also need to sort out the Riz side of things, or the sexual chemistry side of things. And that's what we're covering in the magnetic sexual.
We talk about STDs too. Like, actually, Troy learned a lot about that section himself of things he didn't actually know about the STDs and how you can also get them other than like from down there. You know, you're like, well, you can get it that way without spoiling what the course is.
Exactly. He
actually learned something.
You can. Pearl's cute. Too bad she's such a crook. I'm not sure she's a crook. How's she a crook? But yeah, I quite like that when she reposted our one of our adverts, and she's like, "I deem this inappropriate."
I was wondering when she was gonna do that.
Pearl,
I like how people were like,
rude.
"How much
is that actually, Pearl? If it is, hello, Pearl. Good to see you. If it is, good to see you, Pearl.
Hi, Pearl.
Thanks for tuning in. Pearl's not a crook. What are you talking about?
You know what? Actually, I used to hate Pearl. Like, I fucking hated Pearl. And then Troy tied the beef up and me and her squashed the beef.
You did squash the beef, yeah.
We gave each other a hug.
Who is Lisa Sparks? Well, it turns out Lisa Sparks is a pretty unattractive 47-year-old porn star who Tiffany, and I'm not simping here, Tiffany doesn't look anything like from the pictures I've seen. So I don't know why he's comparing.
Like you have to defend yourself. I'm not sipping here.
Well, because I mean, whatever I say, I'm just going to get accused of simping. But
I mean, there's like over 100 people that called you a simp on Pearl's channel for defending me.
Yeah, man. Well, what can you do? Oh, she said, I hated you too, Tiff. So beautiful.
We cool now.
I'm glad the beef has been finally.
I love that so much. I hated you too, Tiff, with the heart. That's fucking funny.
I'm glad the beef has been squashed now. All right, well, so what are you up to now, Tiff?
You know what? Actually, I wanted to get this program so when we do another stream, I can like.
Oh, is that the sound bites and stuff?
Yeah, I had this for a minute. I finally like freaking brought it back with me and stuff to Florida, but because I still have all my shit in the storage unit in Vegas. But yeah, I got the soundbite thing. We're gonna be making some really funny sounds. I mean, I downloaded Mortal Kombat, so I gotta change those MP3s to MP4s, and then I got Don DeMarco.
Don DeMarco.
Yeah, and then I had to get
that's a classic. You need that. You need to have that.
Yeah, I need Don DeMarco, and then I downloaded Quagmire's like Giggity. I'm gonna be downloading the sad like music and everything. I'm gonna make our fucking webinars fun.
Good stuff. Yeah. How does that thing actually work without getting too technical? Do you record it into each button, or like?
So basically what I did is like I go to YouTube actually and I look up these clips, and then what I do is I download the videos because I pay for a service where I can download the videos, and then what I do is I convert those MP3 files into MP4s.
And that thing, that box, it basically you press the button and it plays an MP4. Is that how it works?
Yeah, you got to convert the
an MP3, I guess.
Yeah, it converts the files, and then what you gotta do is you gotta like upload it and you gotta download this software.
Okay.
I mean, I know it works with StreamYard because Rolo obviously uses it, and then so does Fresh and Fix. I think they use StreamYard too. But
I think they still use it.
This works. I mean, it's originally with like OBS and stuff. Like, it's actually funny. I was trying to get a program before the show, and then I didn't really get past that one button right there.
Well, there you go, guys. A little bit of an insight into the technical side of this, behind the scenes.
I'm a nerd.
Good stuff.
Troy sounds a lot like Sterling Cooper. No, the fucking doesn't.
People keep saying that.
Troy is British. Sterling is Australian. Like,
people keep saying that, but it's. I don't think that's true. I do kind of understand why people think that, but for me, the accents are very different. We've had this conversation before, haven't we? Because we were talking about Amy Dangerfield.
She's adorable. I love her. No, Dave Soso says I cannot pretend to be in the zodiac signs. Bro, you gotta pretend to be in something if you want to get some pussy.
I don't think you have to pretend to be into it, but I think you can sit down and you can humor a conversation about it. You can like, okay, right, so what does that mean? So what do you think that means? And then do you really believe in that stuff? Why do you believe in that? What is it about zodiac signs? Do you think that?
You know, I pretended to be into someone else's like things that they're into because I wanted the D. Guys do that shit too.
Exactly. Fake
Can't play the player.
Exactly. I pretended to be into some shit, I tell you. Anyway, with all that being said, Magnetic Sexual Confidence, pre-sale now. It's available. We'll put the link in the chat one more time.
You guys gotta join. Like, it's gonna be such a fun course, and it's like the modules that we did, like, they're great. Like, I think that one clip of you talking about furries I posted on my YouTube channel. We're gonna be talking about furries.
Oh yeah, we talk about furries. Yeah, there's just so much. Yeah, man. I mean, because we go into everything because we start off pretty light. We're talking about okay, how to approach her, what to do on the date, how to take her home. But then we go into the actual okay, so foreplay, getting into the sex itself, different sort of aspects of sex, and then we start talking about things like kinks and how to make things a little bit more spicy. You know, how to maybe bring.
I told Troy to watch some BDSM porn because he needs to learn how to tie knots for a boot camp.
You know, how to bring other third parties in, you know, all of this kind of stuff. We talk about sexual challenges that you might be having, like sexual problems, erectile dysfunction, coming too quickly, all of these different sorts of things and how you can combat them.
Yeah, retail dysfunction is a good one.
Anything that you might be conscious of, or like it's holding you back because you're like, shit, sexually. And I have clients I talk to who say, yeah, even when I've been with girls and I know that they're into me, I haven't pulled the trigger and brought them back because I'm worried about what it's going to be like sexually. Okay. And if you've got those kinds of worries, obviously that's going to affect your dating life. So we're trying, everything that we've recorded is to help solve those issues that you may have. But then when we're doing the live webinars, we'll be talking about it in much more detail. And obviously you can ask questions and we can help you with the individual issues that you might be facing.
I mean, I think too, like if you never had sex, I recommend watching porn. That's the only time I'll ever recommend watching it is if you literally never had sex and you're trying to learn.
Yeah.
Or if you pay Troy and Phil will probably make one with me.
Exactly. Yeah, well, cash out. So Adam says, how long is it? I assume he means the course, not my member. It's actually 3 hours long. It's there's 18 webinars, and we're going to be adding to this as well. But at the moment, the core course, 18 modules, 18 lessons, little video lessons, and it comes in over 3 hours long. So it's pretty comprehensive. There's a lot of information in there. And obviously then we're going to have these webinars on top of that. Those will be recorded and then we'll put those onto the course platform as well. So if you're not able to attend live, you'll be able to watch those back.
And you guys can also ask questions too, like at the end of like our webinars too. You guys can like unmute yourself. You guys can come in. You guys can ask any question because like the other fellas might have the same question as you do.
Yeah,
and that's what you're paying for too. You pay us to ask questions. We're here.
And what I've found as well doing these webinars for different programs and courses is that actually the conversation that gets generated, not just with us, but the people who are attending the course can actually be really valuable. Because like you said, I mean, somebody may have a particular question or concern. They voice that, and then that sparks off other ideas, and then we get more into it, So the community aspect of this is really important as well. And we're going to have a Telegram group that we'll open next week, and we can have some conversations in there. You can obviously meet
Look at the next comment. Look at the next comment.
Troy, would you nail Lisa Sparks and Pearl if had the chance? I don't know. Is this the real Chris Rockwell? Well, Pearl's a good friend of mine. I think it's wrong to ask that question and for me to answer it. Lisa Sparks looks unattractive, to be honest. I don't think Lisa Sparks looks anything like Tiff. So, I guess the answer would have to be no, really. Yeah, I don't know. Tiff, would you?
What, bang Pearl? No, not my type. Sorry, Pearl.
You deem her inappropriate for.
I deem Pearl inappropriate. She posted a picture of a bikini on the internet. I deem that inappropriate for wife and daughter.
And mother. Billy Buster says it's easy to make Tiff laugh. That's kind of hot. Is it easy to make you laugh, or is it just my amazing sense of humor?
I think it's an amazing sense of humor. He got that magnetic sexual confidence. That's what you guys need.
And that's what you guys need, which is why we're giving it to you. You can join the course now for just $197 by going to this link. At least go and have a look at the page anyway, because there's more information on there. You can have a look. There's a little video where I explain more about it. You can decide, and then you can buy it. But we are going to be putting the price up to $397, and that's going to go up tomorrow at midnight. So you've only got a very short window of opportunity now to get in there. So I recommend
or you're gonna have to wait, and then when you have to wait, we're not even gonna do the next one at 197. I told Troy I don't want to do 197 ever again if we do this again.
It's too low. It really is too low. It's just
it's way too low.
It's a new thing. We just wanted to obviously make it accessible to people, but for the value that you're getting, it's really far too low. So now is the time to join. And the other thing as well.
Oh, you got all your books. That's cute.
That's cool, man. And thanks for tuning in, man. He comes on quite a lot, so good to see you, bro. And the other thing as well is that it's almost certain that as we go forward, we're going to create new content for this. We're going to add new stuff and probably some new sections and things. And if you sign up now, you're going to continue to have access to that because you've got in early. Okay,
And if
so
someone
whereas the
drops
new
Troy
people,
15,000 pounds and stuff, maybe we'll make a movie.
exactly, but there'll be when other people join, they'll have to pay more, but you'll already have access because you've already joined. So now really
How
is
many
the time
people in here actually did sign up already? I'm like curious.
Sorry?
I wonder how many people that are in here already signed up.
Well, if they didn't, they should absolutely sign up because you're watching this. You're obviously engaged with the content. There's obviously something here that's piquing your appetite. So now really is the time to get on board. And I mean, it's $197. It's not,
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I might wear a bra that pushes up my tatties, and hopefully, I don't have COVID, so I don't look like this.
Exactly. Mr. Rational Male says Pearl's a hack. So
what's up, Rollo? How you doing?
Good to see Rollo on here.
Good to see you, Mr. Rollo. We love you.
Great to see you, bro. Yeah. So
anything on the stream, Rollo needs to come join the party at some point.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, that would be fantastic if we can do something. All right. Anything further to add then, Tiffany Fox? At this point?
Let's see. Well, I think this course is going to be amazing. There's nothing out there like that. There's no course out there where a dude has been a dating coach for years that's doing this with a porn star that's been doing it for years.
So,
and
why are we still talking about Lisa Sparks a year after the event? Firstly, Tiffany doesn't look anything like Lisa Sparks, does she? And secondly, what was the thing with Lisa Sparks? Is it just that she banged along?
Someone said I looked like her in the comments. That's why we're on about Lisa Sparks. Someone said I looked like Lisa Sparks, and then Troy's like, "Nah, dude, you're like Stevie Wonder. You can't really see."
Yeah.
I don't know, Troy. Would you? Me or Lisa Sparks?
Oh, it's gonna be you, Tiffany, all day long. All day long, all night long. All night long.
Oh my god. But like this course is gonna be great, guys. Like it's like you also get the feminine perspective. Like none of these guys that are out there actually have like a woman giving a feminine perspective about intimacy.
Exactly.
And you get all these intimacy coaches out there that probably don't get more ass in a toilet seat like me and Troy do. Me and Troy get more ass in a toilet seat. What other better people to teach intimacy than people that get more ass in the toilet seat? You got two international sluts like teaching some shit. Smooth with Riz. I choose Lisa Sparks.
Too dingy. I don't even know what that means.
The fuck you mean too dingy?
I think you're being. I hope you're not being rude. I hope you're not being rude to the co-host here, Mr. Hero. Otherwise, we don't want to have to block you. But you're being a little bit rude now. I think. I don't even know what dingy means, though. To be honest, I mean, look.
He means I'm ditzy and stuff. Like, bro, I got COVID. Like, I'm trying to be happy. I'm trying to be entertaining. Like, you know how much it sucks to be entertaining when you got 103-degree fever and you got a fucking bright ass camera in front of your face and it.
Exactly.
But like I was saying, though, this course is going to be
lit,
amazing. It's literally incredible. Like you literally learn everything from kinks to BDSM. You learn how to get the confidence to even if you're in a relationship, ask your lady to bring on a third one. I mean, like it's absolutely incredible. All
right. So this is why, because she took part in a sex contest with 919 men in just 12 hours in one day in Warsaw in Poland. So there was like a contest and she banged 914 dudes, apparently. 919.
Damn.
Is that possible? I mean, fucking hell. That's some
Guinness Book of World Record type of shit. Oh my God.
Yeah, so it is. So she achieved the record by sleeping with 919 men over a period of 24 hours.
Apparently. I wonder if her Gucci snapped back after that. Holy fuck.
I mean, that sounds that's pretty hardcore.
Tiffany can beat the record. I believe in her. I don't want to fucking beat the record, bro. Like my personal body count's below 20.
Jesus Christ, banging 900 dudes in a day is pretty hardcore.
I'll never do that. No, that's disgusting. Like, I'm sorry. I don't mean to slut shame or anything like that, but that's fucking disgusting.
Anyway, on
who
that
banned?
note,
Wait. It says the rational male was that was
yeah,
banned.
because it was a fake. It was a fake because he said something like, "I know it's a fake," so I banned him. All right. Anyway, with all that being said, thanks for tuning in. We're going to be doing more of these this week, I think, because we are in the run up to the course.
Well, tomorrow we're going to be on Donovan Sharp.
Yeah, exactly. So
11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That is 9 a.m. Mountain Time. And then 10 a.m. Central Time. And then it's also 1,600 hours in the UK GMT.
Maybe Troy should co-author a course with Lisa Sparks. Or maybe Tiff should. I mean,
don't try to replace me. Like I make this course golden with Troy. He got the dating side. I got the sex side. We're a great team up.
What's Lisa Sparks going to bring to the party other like the how to bang 900 dudes in a day side of it?
Lisa Sparks brings no value to what this is and stuff because it's just like, you get an ex like porn star's like perspective on this with the feminine. And then not only that, it's like, you need like a red pill perspective of like a woman being feminine. And most of these women that come from my industry that I came from are not feminine women. They're not feminine. They're really masculine. No.
Yeah. I mean, so exactly. So Tiffany is bringing the ex porn star vibe, but also the red pill side of it as well, which is really important. So
throwing a lot of shade towards a woman you don't even know that existed 30 minutes ago. Okay, yeah, so what's the fucking point, bro? Like you're comparing me.
He's white knighting for Lisa Sparks. You're right. I don't know who the fuck she is. You're right. What are we even talking about her for? All right. Anyway, look, let's bring it to a close. Billy Buster, you should join us on the course, man.
Yeah, you definitely should.
Come in, magnetic sexual confidence. All right. With that being said, so we'll be back very soon. See you again later, guys. Have a good evening.
See ya.
Wait a minute. He says, Troy knows me. It's fun to play around. It is. All right. See you later, guys.